right, welcome back, guys. To Way Out of Time. It's today is January 12th, 2023, and I don't know why, guys. It seems to me that the topic of every day or month tends to be more about male and female, man and woman and identity and their role or what should not be their role. And there's this huge, I guess, questioning argument around what should a man be, what should a woman be, what is one, what is not one, is it fluid, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And today's topic, what I want to talk about is submission.
Like a headlock?
Yeah, like me, like, getting behind you and be like, shh, go to sleep.
Like the walls of Jericho or the crippler crossface. That
Exactly,
submission?
see, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I know these.
You know those? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, if anything's real, it's WWE, man. It's WWE. Anything's real in this world.
Submission.
You know they were actually going to be sold to the Saudi Arabia yesterday.
WWE?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, what's up with it? Okay. Anyway, so.
Intro.
I'm sorry, guys. Here, what I want to talk about today is submission, though. Submission in terms of a woman submitting to a man's authority. And we have a YouTuber named Olivia Alexa, shout out to you, respect to you, for bringing up this conversation piece of women's desires and or their wants. Because that tends to be the topic, like, what do people want, in life? And when she's talking to women, what she finds is that women tend to want a relationship like their grandmother, whatever that may entail, but they're not willing to submit like their grandmother, she says. So that brings up this question is, first and foremost, what is submission and what should it be? To whom should you submit? And is it a good thing to submit? What do you guys believe?
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's a slippery slope, man. Because you don't want to just submit to anyone, right?
Of course not.
You want to submit to the right person, because if you submit to the wrong person, they're just gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Right?
In particular, she's talking about women submitting to men.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. In particular that. I'm not saying you submit to like your boss or to a pastor or something like that. More like, hey, I'm in a relationship. I'm going to submit to that man, woman to man. That's the topic for the moment that she's talking about.
Like I said, it's a slippery slope, bro. Because what if you submit to the wrong man?
Yeah, what would they do, right?
I mean,
Like, how can someone take advantage of a
I
woman?
mean, how many people are in a perfect relationship right now?
I say slim.
Not that many, right? Not that many.
I am.
Oh, you are. You're the exception to the rule. But that's how
The
it is,
exception proves the rule.
man. For the rest of us, regular folk, first you got to find the right woman, and then the woman has to be willing to submit to you.
Yeah, but what would submitting entail, though? That's a big question,
Oh.
guys. To you guys, what does submitting entail?
My opinion is, if a woman were to submit to a man, that means, it means do not disrespect your man. You know what I mean? Like, if you respect your man, you ain't gonna disrespect them. So that should just be a general.
Give.
You don't need
Yeah.
give it. It shouldn't even be I need to be submissive to respect my man. No. You should automatically want to respect your man. You shouldn't even need to get to that, like, oh, I'm gonna be submissive, so now I'll start respecting him. If you want to be in a
Monogamous?
Nah, misogyny.
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 You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that shit, man. You want to be with the right person, So don't just submit right away. Get to know the person first. And if they seem good, maybe try being more submissive, And if they don't, and if you do that and they don't, they don't react the right way, you know what I'm saying?
I guess I think about it also from the perspective of some girls. There's some guys out there that, because I feel like girls do want that. Girls do want relationships. There's also like like a demographic of girls who don't want relationships, but I feel like most of them do want relationships, right? Um, but I feel them. I feel them on their fear that maybe they're like, okay, I'm gonna put all this effort and I'm gonna be submissive to a guy, and what if he cheats? So I guess it makes kind of, it goes with what you were saying, like there has to be the right guy. But I think I kind of understand women from that perspective, that they might be afraid to be submissive because they think they're gonna get played, they're gonna get wronged.
Yeah, I think that's very true, man. Like, because I think there's definitely a difference between a man and a woman. I believe, as a follower of Christ.
Misogyny.
Messiah. But I do think it's a difference, and when it comes to picking someone, I mean, it's let's have the coin. Think about it. How if a woman has to select the right guy, what is the right guy? What should a man be? Like, I mean, I've seen people like Andrew Tate provide answers for what a man should be, because I think that's a draw, you know.
Okay, I got some theories on what a man should be.
A man should be a man, right? What's the definition of being a man? It means stability, right? You want to be stable. You also got to be a protector, right? Men are protectors, and they need stability. And what else? You need to be protective. You need to be stable. And there's one more thing.
Provider.
And there's one more thing.
I guess a
Alex.
provider, but technically everyone should provide for themselves, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, for your family or whomever.
you should just
one is.
you should just provide. Like, I think that goes both ways, though. One, like, I think a woman should provide for herself, and a man should provide for herself. Like,
So
every-
50-50.
You,
so
you
everyone
think a
should-
woman should provide?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Why?
yeah,
Because I think that that's part of the whole arrangement. That it's like, if you want your woman to be like feminine and submissive, you have to
another question. Keep going.
you have to provide for her, because you want her like going out and like doing labor and like putting herself through the struggles. Like you want your woman to do that. You want your
Oh.
woman to struggle.
hey, she'll find a job that ain't gonna be that tough, man. You know, there's jobs out there for everybody. Not all of them are struggles, but I don't think she should rely just on
'Cause
her man.
It's not the physical struggle, like the literal struggle of like being at work, struggling, doing something. It's just like it's a philosophical struggle of going out there and on the grind every day, getting up. You know, like having a, I guess, kind of harder life. I guess. If she wants to work, sure, you're not gonna. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but I would be like, okay, if you want to work, go ahead. But you don't have to. Like, I'll provide for you.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should be as a man, because then if you want the benefits that come with the women, with the girl being like submissive, then you must also deal with the responsibility of it. What the responsibility is, the responsibility is like you got to provide for her. You know, you got to. You gotta pick something up, baby. You gotta open jars. I got you. You know, and then she's gotta like be all feminine and all like more fragile. I don't know. I think that's how it should be.
I mean, that's a good take. You know, I think, bro, like
It seems like a good polarity, like yin yang.
like I don't know. I feel like both people should, provide in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, or else it's gonna get to the point where she gets accustomed to you always providing, and then what happens if you get hurt? What happens if something
But the thing is, right? If you go in like protective, like if you go in protective, like you're protecting yourself. You're like, okay, I'm gonna put 50, and she has to put 50. Guess what? You're already going in protected. Guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna go in. She's gonna protect herself too, and she's not gonna feel like she owes you anything, which is okay, I guess. But she's not gonna feel like you're going out of your way for her. Like she's not gonna feel like you're being the man. She's gonna feel like she's in a partnership with you. So then that's no longer like a submissive type of relationship. So if you want a submissive woman, take care of her. If you just want a partner, then go 50-50. But then
Well, here,
that's a different type of
I gotta
relationship.
ask, man. I gotta ask. If your ideal woman would be who, like someone who does submit to you, who do you work with? Because it seems to me like you want someone who's like 50-50, right? And
so, yeah.
and you're over here saying like, hey, I want. Are you saying that you do want a woman like, hey, I'll take care of everything. You just stay at the house and be feminine.
That's like an ideal. I think that's an ideal type of relationship.
Yeah. But you would want that, right? If you were to get it.
Yeah, I'd be. Yeah, I think that'd
All
be
right.
great.
So here, another question for you guys. I think those are great, and I want to get there myself too, man. Like I want to get in a position where I can just provide for my wife, and she can stay home, take care of the kids, and build a family. You know, because for me, it's all about building a legacy in the future. You know, like when I'm getting ahead of myself here because I'm talking about like the family structure, but here I have to ask this: do you think? You were touching on earlier too about women now, like more than modern women. Do you think that feminism has changed what a woman believes she should be now? And if so, I think it's kind of a loaded question, but what is a woman now expected to be as opposed to, let's say, back in like when grandma was, being a woman?
You got anything? What do you think?
You go first on this one, man. That's a lot of questions. You go
I'm
first.
just saying, pick one and just like tackle it. Like,
All right.
feminism has to change things. What is a woman expected to be now? Is it right, wrong?
Well, I'm gonna start off with like it's related, right? Like technology. I think technology it's trying to make things easier for us, but at the end of the day, I feel like things were kind of good back in the day. It's like women had like their own struggles at home, which is like, okay, I gotta wash clothes, and now we got like washing machines and all these things, you know.
Yeah.
So before they had their jobs like very set, right? And then technology to me is also like you got the nanny, right? I know it's not like actual technology, but it's just like new things that come up.
Yeah.
It's like improvements in life.
It's someone who can take away your burdens of daily living.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, and now it seems like we've compartmentalized everything, so there's no longer any need to like just pick one person and just each person has their role. Now you can have I've heard of girls that have like they have different guys and they'll have like, okay, this is the guy that's gonna like give me rides, like maybe
This is my pizza guy. This is the guy
Yeah.
with pizza. This is the guy that takes me out. This is the guy that cuddles with me or whatever.
This guy that cuddles with me. This is the guy that I like, but he's not all that into me. Or maybe this is the guy that flies me out to different places. So it's kind of compartmentalized,
That's abusive, man.
What from girls?
I think that's abuse in itself right there. Like I know we were talking about earlier about how submitting can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But if a modern person or woman is doing that, like compartmentalizing their needs to and allocating to different men, it seems like she's abusing every man in a specific way for her personal needs or wants.
Yeah, but that's like very prevalent in society now. Like,
Is it okay though?
I don't think it's okay. That's why I think you gotta find the right person with the type of relationship you want. Because a lot of times when you do things like that, you think you might be getting away with something, but you might not know it. But a lot of times, they're just doing it back to you, right? So you think you're getting all this like compartmentalizing all these guys, and then it's almost like, well, you're just compartmentalizing yourself too. None of the guys really are like all in for you either. So if you go on compartmental, I don't even know how to say it. So if you do that, it's the same way around. It's the same way like if you just want to do the other part of it, which is like if you just want to pick one guy and go all in on one guy, then
You gotta pick very well.
yeah, well, but the thing is like if you go in all in on one guy, then that guy should be going in all in for you.
Very true.
So it's just reciprocal. So if you're going around doing things like that, it's just your choice. You get out of it what you put into it.
Not
That's
necessarily.
it.
If they
Not-
do, yeah. But if it's equal on both sides, yeah. Like you get both all in.
I get that left's not perfect. A lot of times it's not always reciprocal all the way, but it's a higher chance that whatever you put out, you'll get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, sounds
There you
good.
go, sir.
All right, to you. How about Alex?
What's up?
Anything you want to talk about, or want me to bring up a different topic?
I just want to add real quick. The whole women want a relationship like how their grandma used to have back in the day. Like back in the day, man, the technology wasn't there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only thing grandma could, use her phone for was to call another person, and you had to use you couldn't just be anywhere. You had to be where the landline was at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Not even.
well, think about it. Back in the day,
Like what's back in the day? First of all,
well, grandma. All right, how old's your grandma? Yeah, grandma age. Yeah, you have your grandma still alive or no?
we're talking grandma.
Yeah, grandmas. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Go on.
All right, let me finish. So,
I'm gonna let you finish.
all right. So, back then the phone was just call one person and call them back, right? That's it. That's all the phone could do. So, back then, I'm not saying it was simpler, but there was less distractions, I guess. Less chances.
Less Instagram.
Less chances of people, less chance of people sliding into your DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's just call it how it is.
so
Yeah.
back then, a relationship was meant like, person to person, and there was no other distractions. You weren't thinking about, well, I'll get with this girl, and then I might have this girl on the other line, like, or the same thing the other way, the girl, like maybe the girl's like, well, I got this guy over here, but I got this guy on the side too. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot harder to do it back then. I'm not saying it was impossible. I'm just saying it was harder to do. Nowadays, it seems a lot easier to do because everybody's got a
Tinder,
phone,
you got
all these
dating
apps. Yeah, exactly. So, nowadays it's like, well, why would I want to stick with this one guy when I have all these other guys trying to, send me out to Florida, send me down to, New Orleans, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back then, the only person hitting you up was whoever you gave that phone number to.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like you could put yourself out there like, hey, come hit me up on my DMs. You can't do that. So the times have changed. You know what I'm saying?
School.
The times have changed.
I'd say they have changed, definitely, man. And I think something that has changed, not that has kind of made women a little more. Some people say liberation. I think it's more insidious than that. And it's maybe a hot take for me, but the advent of birth control for women.
Oh,
yes,
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's what I've found in my experience with just talking to people and listening to other people tell me their stories and whatnot. That women, here's what I've heard from statistics that
All right.
that 1/3 of men at 30 are sexless or haven't had sex in the past year, as opposed to most women now they can get sex pretty easily.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It's only like I was gonna say that, dude. Like all I have to do is reach for their phone. And okay.
It's true, man. You see a guy doing that on the street, be like, "Hey, girl, you want to have sex?" They'd be like, speaking of creep. If a girl does that, she'll get a taker eventually, like very quick. Guys are that.
The first guy will say yes, bro. Unless
I'm
he's
in, yeah. You fooling around? Okay, let's go.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I got an inside scoop, guys.
Shoot.
I got an inside scoop. I just got it yesterday.
What'd you get yesterday?
All right, check it out. So I was talking to my friend, and she was telling me she's always telling me about like how she can't find the guy and all these things, right?
Yeah.
And then she shows me like she was on her phone, and then she was talking about like I think I asked her a question, something about relationships, and then she showed me like her phone with like DMs from guys.
Yeah.
And for you, if you guys are out there DMing, don't just say hello. Like they won't respond to you most of the time. Yeah, dude. Like her list of messages. Most of the guys are just hello, 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 hello.
Dang.
Yeah. So I try to get like yeah,
hellos to everyone.
yeah, I try to get advice from her. I was like, so how do you, like, who do you reply to? Like, how come you don't reply to anyone? Because like she's over here saying that she hasn't like dated anyone like in a while, you know, and she can't find somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there's like a bunch of freaking guys in your DMs, you know, like how's there not one guy that you could like go out with?
Yeah. Here's what I want to know, man. Cause
Yeah.
I've heard wildly different definitions of dating. Does she mean like by dating I'm not sure if she told you, but does dating mean like, hey, like it's like just you and me, or like, hey, I'm dating a few guys right now, like just dating around? Because I've heard both definitions.
Like she's not going out with anybody. Like by going out, I mean like physically going out to hang out with somebody. She's not doing it.
Okay, so what is she doing?
Because she says all the guys, like, they don't really interest her, like the guys DMing her, because she says they're all dumb. And as soon as she like notices that, like, so she told me about this one guy, right? And so she was kind of getting along with this one guy until he told her, what are you wearing today? Are you wearing a thong? And that's when she was like,
Quick way to shut someone down. It's like I'm out.
and that's when she was like, this stupid ass. That's what she said, you know. So yeah, that's the inside scoop, guys. Like, don't be if you look thirsty, like, you're just gonna be strike out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
don't be that guy.
So say more than hello and don't ask what they're wearing. All right.
Yeah, exactly. There you
Write
go.
that down, guys.
Yeah,
Don't
you-
say hello. Say something else.
Yeah, say something else. Try to make conversation with them.
What have you said before? In the past? What have you said?
Well, I just learned you gotta try to say.
What do you
know.
say? What have you said?
I've said hello too. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've said hello.
mean, the successful ones.
Successful
Does
ones.
hello work?
No, not the successful ones. The successful ones, they've been more like, just ask something. Like if they have like, if they upload a picture of like them with their dog, like, what's your dog's name? Just something simple.
Okay. So show interest.
Yeah, show interest, like actual genuine interest in them, not just hello or what you're wearing, or, you know, let's go out on a date and smash or something like that. You know, like it's sometimes it's pretty basic. Like, you gotta treat them like people.
Yeah.
No. But you also got to cross like a basic barrier of, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they have like a barrier of looks or whatever, but at least you got to cross that barrier of making some conversation and treating them like a human.
Here, and on that topic though, I gotta ask though. Along that topic, do you guys? I think it's no secret now that, as opposed to, you know, back then when Grandma was alive, that people are more willing to, you know.
Grandma's still alive.
Not mine.
Sorry.
Lucky you.
Damn.
All my
Me.
grandparents are dead, bro.
No, but what I need to say is, now that things have changed more, and I think with the advent of, let's say, like I was saying earlier with birth control, that people have become a little more promiscuous. Do you guys think that's a good or bad thing on society?
I'll go first. What does promiscuous mean?
Like they're hookup culture.
Ah, I see. And what was the question again?
Do you think it's a good thing for society or for a person even?
I would say it's not good for the person. It's not. I don't know about society, but I don't think that's good for a person, man.
No.
Nah, hell nah.
Okay, here you say why, and you say why not. Seems like you're saying no.
I'll give an okay. Would you want? Okay, let's say you're going out with a girl. Would you want that girl kissing other guys or having sex with other guys?
No.
No, I'm not saying a girl is like dating you and being like with a guy. I'm saying, hey, she's single and she's, you know, hooking up with different guys.
Oh, while they're
She's not in a
single.
relationship.
I'm not in a
Yeah,
relationship.
do you think that's good for her and for society as a whole?
I think it's good for society because, you know, society's getting laid. I think it's bad. I think it's bad
I think
for
she's getting laid.
I think it's bad for her because it's gonna fuck up her mind, man. It's gonna make her become numb to connecting with people if she's just making out with just anyone every other weekend or every weekend. You know what I'm saying? So good for society, yes. Bad for her, yeah. Bad.
Would you say the opposite is true? If it was a guy that's getting laid like every day, was it good for him or bad for him?
I would say it's good for him and good for society.
So there's a distinction between a man getting laid and a woman getting laid.
Well, there's a difference between a man and a woman, so yes.
How so? Tell me. I mean, I agree completely, but I want to hear your take.
About the promiscuous thing or about
Yeah.
Okay.
About a man versus a woman, the difference.
Okay. So for society, it's a good thing when a man gets laid because he's, you know, pleasuring other women. Well, if he's doing it right, of course. You know, because there's some people that probably don't even know what they're doing.
But here, man, but if he's not like, you know, actively with her, then he's kind of screwing her mind up too. So it's That's how I see it.
I guess
Screwing
you
her
are,
over.
you are correct about that. But, you know, you're right, actually. It is screwing her mind. I'm thinking about it now. Like, yeah, it is. I'm going to have to take that back then. It is bad. It is bad for the guy, too. Then.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, okay, if we put aside the sex part for a second, probably the most important thing is the connection, right? Because at the end of the day,
Sexual connection.
okay, I mean, sex does play a part in it, but I think the just the connection between you and the person, like just that she cares about you and that you care about her. Because I feel like at the end of the day, that's what people want. I think most people don't really want to just have sex, and then people not caring about them.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
But let's say
So say somebody like used you up, right? Like they just had sex with you. You're like, I know, all right. Us guys are like, woohoo, yeah, yeah.
Not me.
Nah, nah. I think after a while, like even as a guy, like if girls just use you, because a lot of times we think like, oh, we won, so it's good for us, right? We did it, like we won. But if you actually felt used by a girl, after some time, I think guys would learn to like, okay, actually, you know what matters is just trying to find a girl that understands you and you understand her. I think. I don't know.
Is it good?
But I don't know. But I don't know.
Is it good? Tell me.
Is it good what?
Is it good for a man or a woman to be promiscuous? Promiscuous girl. I forgot the song, but
Oh yeah, we're not supposed to sing the song. Copyright.
you can sing it. You just can't play the actual song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the
Can't
beat.
stop me, YouTube.
It's the beat.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, you can karaoke all you want.
Yeah, acapella.
Okay, so I think it might be good for society in some.
So,
It might be good for society because I think it will probably keep people satiated, so less likely to cause problems.
okay. So you're saying it's deterrent as to like grape or something like that?
Not only grape, just all kinds of things. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking in the scenario of like, say some guy that would do like a shooting at a school.
Oh, okay.
I think that guy most likely doesn't get laid. If he was to get laid, he'd probably be like chill, you know.
Maybe. I don't know about that guy.
That's my theory. I could be.
I thought they had corn for that.
No, corn is not even close, man.
Because I've heard that actually it's the opposite when it comes to like corn. Like those guys that have those very killer thoughts, we'll call them. That it actually makes those thoughts worse and exacerbates their condition. Like, and they want to even like get back at society even further. Like, hey, I see all this crazy stuff online, and then their mind goes dark places.
Exactly, but that's corn. That's not them having relationships in real life.
So I would say it's not so much getting laid the thing. It's finding a relationship.
Yes, that was my point exactly. Like like 2 minutes ago.
But my point is just promiscuity itself. So you're saying promiscuity is not a good thing or is a good thing?
No. Like I said, promiscuity in society, at least it's not the ideal, but at least it keeps people satiated to the point where like it keeps them from having drive because you're just chill. Like, okay, like I'm getting laid. Like, it's cool, Like you're like, all right, whatever. Yeah, so I think it keeps you from having drives in society. I feel like it's good because
bad thing. I don't drive. I get laid. I'm like, I don't want to do anything today, guys.
yeah, but I feel like it keeps people from causing problems.
Okay.
You're right on the other side of the coin where it'll keep people from like developing new ideas and new things, but it does keep people from causing trouble. Mm-hmm. They're too busy getting laid. And as far as individually, I don't think it's good individually.
Yeah. Here, I gotta hit you on the individual part. Along with the advent of like the pill, birth control, is also the advent of a lot of single moms. Like I know a lot of single moms,
Singer.
Single. I'm sorry, not singer. Single moms.
Single
sorry,
moms.
my slur.
Where they at?
Are you good?
I
No,
mean,
like-
I just played.
I've heard there's like it's an advent of like the rise of single mother, you know, and how that's affected men, like growing up in only a single mother household, in that they don't know what it is to be a man.
Crazy.
So that's where I find it's very difficult to defend promiscuity, or not or not being in a relationship, because I think marriage is the solution. You know, like you should be married such that you can raise a family, and you can teach your kids what it is to be a proper person in society, the family unit. You know, that's how I view it. Like, hey, I want to get married as I am now, and future have kids, and do it right by under God.
Yeah, of course. Of course, that is the ideal. That is the ideal, man. To get married, just find that one person. And that's definitely the ideal.
No, the reason I bring it up is because there's a lot of pushback, especially with like feminism feminism saying, hey, we don't need a man. I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm the boss. Be whatever.
But you see that how that comes from, like this, like you feel like the bitterness in them, right?
You do.
So it's people that are they're like ostracizing themselves, like they're keeping to themselves, like they it seems like they can't make a connection. They don't want to make a connection. They can't make a connection, and it's just, might I say, toxic.
Toxic. I've heard that term actually. I mean, people always point out like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
A new term that's coming out is like toxic femininity. I think it goes both ways. Yeah,
So
men and women can be toxic to each other or to another, themselves too.
It's toxic as fuck, dog.
I got a question for Alex. If you don't
Yeah,
mind.
go for it.
Yeah. What you got?
My
What you got?
question for you, real quick, is: would you date?
Single mom.
How'd you know?
I'm paying attention to the podcast. To answer your question, a single mom, bro. How many kids?
Here, let's start out. One kid, and the baby daddy is
Alive or dead?
he's alive and somewhat involved.
In prison?
No, he gets to see the kid on the weekends.
I'm gonna have to do a hard pass.
How about still one kid, but the dad
Is in prison.
is in prison? Sure, he gets out in a year.
I will be there for a year. I just-
Nah, look, I'm just gonna put it simple. Like, okay, just one kid, young, 2 years. Dad is,
Not involved.
yeah, dad is not involved. He's gone. It's just nowhere to be seen.
Not dead, but he just lives somewhere else. Okay.
Gone. Which
How about this? She doesn't know who the dad is.
That sounds bad. That sounds pretty bad, dude. If you don't know who the dad is.
Why is it bad though?
Well, because
Yeah,
that means
that's-
she's
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's
she's
really
been,
bad.
That means she's been with a lot of dudes, and she, can't,
girl. You know what?
and she don't know which one's the one that impregnated
Oh,
him.
dude.
So that seems pretty bad, to be
Okay,
honest.
so if she doesn't know who it is, it's a pass.
I think so, bro.
let's say she
For me,
does
I
know.
guess.
Let's say she does know who the dad is. It is still a pass, but he's not involved.
It's one kid, right?
One kid, she knows who the dad is, but he's not involved.
I think I'll try it out. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why
Like
not?
legit, like you try to go all the way, like not like all the way like that, but you know, like
Oh, like
like go the distance in the
like to
relationship.
make it work.
Make it work. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, dude. You said the dad's not involved, right?
dad is not involved.
Let's say
Why are you so scared of that?
let's say he's in prison for life. Pookie, she was young. She fell in love with a thug.
Because the dad's a problem, bro. That's why the dad's gonna be a fucking problem.
You're
true.
scared? Like,
I ain't scared of him.
okay, what? 'Cause I was gonna say, what if the dad is like a wimp, bro?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a problem, bro. It's gonna be a problem. Either me thinking she's with him, or
Oh,
her going with.
thank you.
So that's why it's a problem, bro.
I was okay. Mini topic. Let's do a mini topic because it's really
Go.
okay. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and because he was dating a girl that has a kid,
Yeah.
and I've dated one girl that has a kid
Yep.
in the past, right? So I've come to the realization, from my perspective, as of now, this is gonna piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I already know.
Here, I think I'm thinking. I think I
might agree with
you.
Okay.
Don't sink with him, man. Let him sink in his own ship. Go ahead.
Here I go. Here I go. Now,
If you don't say it, I'm gonna say it 'cause- as I believe.
here's the thing. I think no, because look, I'm gonna say exactly how I think.
Well, hurry up and say it. You're freaking keeping us in suspense.
You're milking it, man.
Okay, I think as you being like a single guy that's never had any kids, it is ideal for you. That's why I'm saying ideal for you to find a woman that does not have any kids.
That's exactly what I believe.
Finding a woman that does have kids, it is not the ideal thing for a man. It is. I feel like it's a risk. Like I was telling my friend this, right? There's always the right thing to do, and sometimes you do things that aren't the right thing to do. But either way, you know what the right thing is, right? And the right thing for me is it is not to raise another man's child. You can do
That's
it.
based.
You can do it, but you'd have to like let yourself like allow yourself to slip down that road. Like, okay, I'm gonna go for this woman. I know she has a kid. I know I'm undertaking something that is not the most optimal thing to do, but I choose to do it. That's kind of what I was talking about with my friend.
Yeah. I mean, here I agree, man. Because I mean, when I think about it, like I told my wife, like before we started dating, hey, if you have a kid, we wouldn't be dating right now. If you had a kid, we wouldn't be married right now. I go straight up, like I don't date girls that have kids.
Yeah. Damn, dude, you're a savage for that one.
Hey,
I like how you put
it.
it. Hey, you put it way more realer than me. I'm gonna give you a lot of credit on that because we're gonna get a lot of hate from that.
And it's cool to hear because here, look here, I'm putting out there because I do believe that hey, promiscuity is a bad thing. You know, you should be saving it for the person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. I believe in marriage. Personally.
Yeah. Let me defend that real quick. Let me go against that because it's not 1-to-1, my friend. It's not just because they have a baby doesn't mean that they were promiscuous. It's just something happened. We don't know what is. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying I think depending on your situation and whatever, you could choose to go down that route and provide for that man and her child. But I don't think it's the right thing to do for a man.
Yeah, I would say this. Look, yeah, because if she's not married and she has a child, if she wasn't previously married and that man died and she's a widow now, that's where I think okay, she was promiscuous. And not so much promiscuous, but she was engaging in sex out of wedlock at least, right? And that for me is a problem. I think that if a person's doing that they have a kid outside of wedlock, then they're showing okay, she's willing to do that, and I'm not saying the kid's a problem, but he can be a problem because now I'm like, okay, now I'm paying for what her past where her past has brought her now.
Oh wow, look at you, selfish. What do you got to say against that? No, hey, I'm just trying to bring up some points that
No, yeah, no, look here, no, I agree. Look here,
Hey, Alex, if you got something to interject too, bro, hey, you're staying out of this one. Come on, Alex.
let me bury myself, okay?
Grow a pair, girl.
I'll slow the ladder down for you guys. So y'all fucking done. I'll help
You're like you don't really mean that, do you?
Come back up before you get canceled.
No, I really mean it. Look, go ahead.
Here, the thing is, as mean as it sounds, I don't owe this person anything that's of me. Like, hey, I have my preferences and the woman I wanted, and someone who has a child isn't part of my preference. She might be beautiful. She might be stunning. She might have a great personality, but if she's gonna cause me to give up of myself for something that I know isn't inherently mine, I have trouble with accepting that. Because I need to be like, hey, you know what? I want to raise that person and know that I'm the person that they can look up to be a father figure and not wonder, well, who's my dad and how would they raise me? Because then I feel split. Like my resources were split on I'm sorry. I feel split on my resources because I gave them all of me and they're still going to be wondering, oh, but I still have the connection to someone else. And I can't change that for that kid.
So that would be your reasoning for not doing that.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My reasoning, like I said, if I was ever in that situation, it would be And if I really wanted it, I'd have to like really think about it. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but like I said, my only issue with it is, I'm just trying to bring light to the fact that it is inherently not the right thing to do to raise another person's child. Just like it is not. I think it's looked down upon in society.
To raise another man's child.
Yeah, for like if a couple shows up and it's a woman and a man and they have
Just
kids
two of them.
and one of them is not his kid, right away it just doesn't feel natural as opposed to if a couple walks in and all the kids are the same.
Yeah. Here, I will say there's exceptions though, and very, very few. So you can't make the rule out of the exception, right? Like I have two to think of right now. There's the exception of grape, you know,
Yeah.
and they decide, you know what, morally I can't get rid of the child,
Of
so
course.
she decides to go through with the whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's a tragedy, and that should not be taken light of. And I think at that point, I would be very hard pressed if I wasn't married. I'm saying, if I were single, I was very hard pressed to know where I would fall on that one.
But that would be like when you're still deciding whether you should marry her, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay. So not.
that's one case, right? The second case I can think of right now, just off the top of my head, is of because I've seen this happen before, where they take on a family member's son because that other family member can't provide for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think,
That's completely different.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I guess I got three.
Because I think that would be after the fact. But like for me, my whole scenario is like when you've met the girl and she already has a kid, not after,
That's
not
theirs.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's my scenario. But if you already like met the girl and she has no kids, and then along the way some kids came in somehow, that's a whole.
That's different, yeah. That's like I say adoption or whatnot. That's separate. That's like a team effort. Like, hey, we're gonna choose to bring this person onto our lives
Yeah.
because we see that they're in need and we want to support them.
Yeah.
That's separate, as opposed to like, hey, I'm jumping in, knowing that you have already made this decision, or you've been involved in a situation where you have to take care of your child.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's crazy. We're on the same page on that one.
What was the
Yeah.
third one? You said there was
Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't related. It was grape, which is a tragedy, of course, obviously. Adoption, in the sense that they're not family members, and adoption if they're family members. Because I've seen that before. Like hey, their sister isn't fit to be a mom, so her sister takes on the child. Like, hey, I'll take him on, just don't send him to foster care.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's different right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about you, Alex? Well, you already said if you would take on a woman.
like I told
You
you,
said
bro,
it kind of depends.
it depends, man, because it's tough, bro. Life's tough. Shit happens.
Yeah,
You know, people make bad decisions.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't like take on a. I'm not like just like definitely discarding it. But I'm just saying it's not the right thing.
I mean, you know, in your opinion, it's not the right thing to do. Other people might not think that way. I mean, I think, yeah, bro. Like, if she's got a kid, bro, yeah, it's kind of like, well.
Here, I got
Oh, well.
I got a scenario for you. Like, here.
For it. Let me hear it.
All right, you're older.
Okay.
You're like 55 and you're single. You meet a girl. She's had kids.
Damn.
The kid.
You're like 55 and I'm still single.
Okay, you're married, but you're recently widowed. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
You met a girl. She's had kids too. Her kids grew up already.
Okay.
Would you date her then?
The kids are already grown up.
Kids are grown,
They're
out of the
they're no
house,
longer
out of the house.
they're out of the house.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Out of the house.
She's the same age as me.
She's like, may say 2-3 years younger than you.
I mean, I would try it out. You know, it seems like a try it out kind of thing. Like, I guess everybody thinks when you think of a single mom with a kid, you know what I mean? Like, they think, oh, the kid's like young, not out of the house yet. You know, you're gonna have to raise that kid pretty much, or somewhat raise that kid. But if this now you're saying like a little bit afterwards, like let's say the kid's already 18, working, you don't even gotta worry about that motherfucker. Like you gotta worry just about her. Then I guess I'd be more open to it. I'd be more open to that. That's in my opinion. I'd be open to it.
I mean, the problem kind of resolves itself, right? It's like, okay, the kids are out of the way. That means I don't have to provide like for them. I think that's the difference. I don't got to provide for the kids. I'm there for them if they need help. but I'm not the one that raised them, and they can see me. I can support them, you know, if they need help, but they know where they stand. It's like, hey, I'm coming into your mom's life. Your wife. I'm coming
for your wife.
I'm coming into your mom's life.
Damn, you're a savage.
I don't want that. He's trying to take everybody's wife out here.
No, I do think it's a distinction between that, yeah, and like saying some future scenario where you're both already like independent and you're kind of like reset. You know, it's like you got that empty, what do they call it? Empty nest syndrome. Empty nesters.
I guess I see what
Yeah, it's strange, man. Because for me, like actually like raising the kid, like and whatever issues he might have. I don't know. For me, it's like that's not an issue for me. I'd be like, I don't care. Like, I'll try to raise him. Whatever happens. But that's a non. And then if I had to spend money on him, like it's fine. Like that's a non-issue.
Okay, so I just kind of understood you. I think I just understood your position. So you're saying that
It's just wrong.
ideally you would not have to raise some other's kid because it's wrong.
Yeah.
But you're not saying you wouldn't do that.
Like I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying that if I did choose to, it'd be like me choosing to steal. Like I know it's wrong, but if I'm doing it, like I'm doing it under my considerations. You know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. All right.
So I don't think a man should raise someone else's child.
All right. Well, here. How about we close on that topic, man?
All right.
Close up on that, yeah. So, let's close it out, guys. Final thoughts.
What was it? What did I?
We went through a lot, dude.
I got lost on the topic. It was-
Here. We went through a lot, guys. That was fun, though.
That was fun. That was a wild ride.
Yeah,
that was a wild ride.
Let us know what you guys think, guys, on feminism, on submission, on birth control, raising people's kids.
other people's kids.
Yeah, put in the comments below, guys. Let us know what you want to talk about, what videos you want to see. Check us out. Put them in the description. We'll check them out and we'll see if we can talk about them. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I have no clue.
Not Facebook. We'll make it Facebook.
Not Facebook. We're not that old.
Yeah, we ain't
Yeah, just TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, hit up us on like,
We're
guys.
gonna make it Twitter.
And we'll see you on the next one.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Here.